Hello MP3U fans and followers, this is Phil coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. You may remember an interview we did. It was the 10th and final interview in the blog interview phase. We did the interview with Patrick Brilliant Dixon, the frontman of Blackheart South. Ever since that interview, way back in 2013, Brill has wanted to follow up the interview, and so finally here we are. It's happening. Brill, it's great to have you back again. Long time no see.
Warning. While viewing this video, you will be exposed to amateurish editing and horrendously pixelated footage from a Skype call recording. This quality or lack thereof may cause undue stress and irritation. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, even with this project, this is the unknown what we're doing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is like
We're the first interview.
Yeah, but see, it'll get better. You know what I mean? Like you guys will look at this and go, okay, this is the guinea pig. You know,
Brill, it's great to have you back again. Long time no see.
Man, bro, it's so good to see you, man. It's been a journey, hasn't it, though? I'm glad, you know, everybody's back. MP3U is kicking strong, man. God, man, I love this site. I love this site, man.
Thank you. So I guess a lot's happened during those years. Can you tell me what you've been up to?
Life, I decided to further my education. I went back and I got a degree in business administration. So, you know, I figured, you know, if I was going to grow the greenhouse in partnership with anybody, my business was going to have to be sound. And I don't know, it's hard to find people to run your vision for you. So you have to kind of start by yourself as, you know, one man, one dream. But, you know, I found some people with some common interests that I had known since my school days, and we were able to partner, and we were able to make some legitimate music and make some legitimate moves in this game. And then, you know, with the lane of the internet opening up the way it has, bring some legitimacy to all the stuff that I've been doing on the underground scene, you know.
So I think at one point you even considered quitting, right? That was because of
No, it wasn't because of a degree. I just well, you know, music will take you through a lot of leaps and bounds, especially when you're trying to be creative and express yourself. And you know, sometimes if you feel like people aren't listening, if they aren't responding, you know, life too can find these weird ways of getting in the way and doing, you know. Like when you want to live organic and you want to, you know, experience everything in life, it can't be all like music and it can't be all life. You know, it has to be both. Both have to coexist. You write about what we feel, what we express. Art imitates life, and you know, so just things kept on getting in the way. But you know, life started getting good. You know,
that's good to hear.
Life started dancing. You know.
So
you know.
I suppose to get to the bottom of your story, maybe we should start at the beginning. What was life like growing up, and when did you first, you know, get interested in music?
Life was like, okay, like to start at the beginning, my mother worked at a microchip plant called National Semiconductor. My father worked for a pharmaceutical company called Boehringer Ingelheim. I was a regular 80s kid living in an affluent lifestyle at first. Like, okay, like I had cable in my room in the 80s, you know what I mean? And for, you know, a lot of my friends, at first they didn't, you know what I mean? It was just weird, you know, because my parents, you know, my dad made like 80,000, my mother made like 60,000. You know what I mean? This is very good in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? This afforded us a lot of different things. Like, you know, it's so like in the early times, season tickets to the Yankees, season tickets to the Mets, Broadway shows. Like my mother cultured us incredibly. Like I even took a tap and ballet class.
Really?
When I was like 7 years old. Yeah. You know, because my mother just wanted us to experience different things.
A lot,
Yeah, so it molded us. But yeah, it was a wild time. But then, you know, the economy changed and Okay, like the microchip plant, they folded and went out west during the internet boom in 1989. So my mother had to make a choice, like to either go with them or try to do something different. So we moved from, I'm from Connecticut, Danbury, small town outside of Hartford. We moved from the north to the south when I was about 13 years old. So I went through a culture shock, like went from living an affluent lifestyle to living like a middle class lifestyle. The culture was different, you know, you can imagine, just different. But when I was in Connecticut, I used to listen to New York radio, DJ Red Alert Show, Angie Martinez, of course, just studied the culture from a very early age, grew up listening to like Run DMC, Big Daddy Kane, Tribe Called Quest, Poor Righteous Teachers, Brand Nubian, the list goes on and on of the influential, Arabian Rakim, of course, Kool G Rap,
Public Enemy?
Public Enemy, of course, yes, of course. NWA, of course, Boogie Down Productions, D Nice. The list goes on and on. Kwame, I was very much immersed in what that was to be an MC.
Okay,
But
so
when I got interested, though, just to answer the question, just the downright day that I said yes, my dad took me and my brother to a Run DMC concert, Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
And I heard them sing My Adidas, and everybody had on their Adidas gear. People were holding their sneaker up in the air, and that was it for me.
Then I walk down the street, bob to the beat, with bleed on my leg and then Adidas on my feet. Yo, now shit stand there. You think yeah? Me and Tia, my Adidas, standing on 2 spit, my Adidas. Now if you got Adidas, put it up in the goddamn air. Let everybody put on Adidas, my Adidas. Come on, put them up in the air. Now, me and my Adidas do the illustration.
That was it.
On stage, drum, pace, every show I go, it's Adidas on my feet, high top or low, my Adidas.
So how about like your first equipment or software? Or what did you use?
First, MP3 2600, small drum machine. My mother bought it for me. Christmas present, December 1990. I'm mad that we're in the South now, and nobody gets this kid from the North who talks different and likes different music. Because in the South, they were listening to a lot of dance music, a lot of like 2 Live Crew, a group called Poison Ivy. This one guy, this local cat named Kilo Ali, he was really, really big around here. They had DJ Magic Mike, and it was like bass music. And I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get it. It didn't make sense to me. I'm not going to lie to you. So I was different. And I just like the break beat. You know what I mean? I like the original, the real raw hip hop. But so my mother bought me a beat machine. And she was like, make the sounds that you want to hear since you can't hear it on the regular.
Great. So you had a lot of support from your parents.
Yeah, man. My mother always wanted to see us be artistic, express ourselves. Like, she was always like, don't fight, use your words. She's still like that to this day, very much influential, the way she coaches me and preserves who I am and holds me accountable, even as a man, without being overbearing.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's lovely, man.
So, how does the MP3 600? How does that compare with what you use today?
Well, that's still in my mom's. She still got that machine. Number one, that's not portable. It is portable, but it's not portable. You can't set up shop with it anywhere and do your thing. Like now,
Okay.
we use Pro Tools, Fruity, Reason, we still use big boards and stuff in the studio, but now you can kind of pack your stuff up. Like, I even got GarageBand on this very iPad that I'm speaking to you on. And sometimes when I'm sitting around, I get my idea and then I'll take it to the studio and we'll stretch it out and we'll bring it to life more. You know what I'm saying? Now we use, live instruments now sometimes, we
Yeah,
try to
cool.
get, like, okay, like on Flux Movement, we sampled Randy Brown, but we really wanted to recreate that bass line that he had going on. So, I had my man Marcus come in and, do a little strumming for me so we can get that full sound and then put it in and do what we needed to do with it. So, it's more complex now, MP3, you just working with like a loop, you know what I mean? And you're just going, and then you're piecing that together. You know what I'm saying? It's just very basic.
Yeah.
Very old school. Like like that hi hat on there. It sounds like a tin can. You know what I mean? It sounds like
Yeah.
like a real. That really sounds like a real tin can. It's different now. We're just able to just do so much with the sound and shape it every which way. You know,
Yeah, it
I'm
sounds
working
great.
on,
Production values are great. I was
yeah,
going to ask you about the album. You just dropped a new album, right? Flux Movement?
flux movement, flux
Yeah.
movement, flux movement. I guess in a way, and I'm gonna let this leak. I guess you could really start calling it Flux One now because we just started working on Flux Two. Change, transition, flux, the change in the market, transition, flux. Let's impose that on our lives. Let's change. Let's shape ourselves. Let's reinvent ourselves. Not be afraid to forge new surfaces in life. To just exist, make our mark. You know what I mean? Make our
Yeah.
okay. Like when I look at you, brother, I see a man every day that makes his mark in different ways, and like there's no other person who's like you. You understand what I'm saying? And I dig that. Just like okay, like you come and you talk to me because you're like, Brill, I don't know if anybody else is like you. And that's what I
Mhm.
dig, man. People being their true selves and getting the most out of their lives every day. That's what we have to do. But you're not
Yeah.
afraid to change and be different and explore the unknown. Like, okay, even with this project, this is the unknown what we're doing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah.
we're
You're
forging new ground.
the first interview.
Yeah, but see, it'll get better. You know what I mean? Like you guys will look at this and go, okay, this was the guinea pig. I love to be but see, I love to be a part of that. I'm honored that you guys will say, well, we want to see what we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? And I dig that. I dig that. I dig the site. I remember when I first happened upon the site, and I was like, this is really, really cool. And it was people from different walks of life, and I
Yeah.
I learned so much about music just by being on that site and
Mm.
talking, you know, with different people, man. Man,
Yeah, there's a lot of interaction here, you know.
we lost some people, man, and what I'm saying, it was like family, man. Family.
Mm.
MP3U is like a family, but it's for the artists. And you guys, whether you guys like to know it or not, you're influential in getting like companies were looking at all these sites that had all these acts out here and seeing what streaming was, and you
Mm.
guys were at the forefront of that, where
Yeah,
it was
kind of, yeah.
streaming. It was streaming and downloading and sharing. Beautiful. MP3U. That's what I'm saying.
So, one of the songs on your album is "Social Media." It's a very kind
Yeah.
of. So, what that song is like giving advice to young people
It's
about.
a cautionary tale. Like, okay, like Flux Movement to me is my cautionary opus. Like, when I look at the world, this is what I see. I'm not judging anybody because everybody has vices. Everybody has guilty pleasures. Everybody. That's what life is about. But you have to know your limits. You have to know what's healthy for you and what's having fun and what's in the gutter. You know what I mean?
Sure, sure.
Everybody's allowed to have fun, but social media is my cautionary tale. Just to, things are not what they seem like on the internet. Like now the internet's the wild, wild west. So now you can get anything you want to, like on the internet. Like, I know this is going to sound a little, and I'm not trying to take it in a raunchy direction, but like just the way people consume adult entertainment. You know what I mean? But you have to be cautious of that. You have to be cautious of how, like, you wake up and you might pick up your phone and go to your social media, how many times you do it in a day, how much you buy into it. Don't let it suck you in, because you'll stop living your real life and just living for social media. Like now I have a thing, I share stuff that I'm proud of and stuff, and I share it because I want my relatives and certain people who live far away from me to see progress and stuff. But I don't share I don't share when I'm in the movies. I don't share when I'm at a restaurant. I just, we just had a rapper die in LA, and like, even though I don't know these fellas, whether it's on a personal level or on a professional level, when somebody dies, I feel like we lost, and then I feel like music lost. When anybody dies out of music, it affects me in a certain way, because I know how it is to just hear that song in your head play over and over until you put it on wax and introduce it to the world. I know that process, and and to lose any artist from any facet that matter, whether it be screen, stage, music, comedy, it's just a tragic loss to me, because I hurt for that. I hurt for that contribution. The pool becomes more shallow. I want it to be full.
Sure, for sure. And so one of the songs, Carpe Diem, I mentioned, I thought it sounds very kind of radio friendly.
Seize the day. I love Sade in a way that's unhealthy for any man to love her. Especially when you're married like me. But I love what she said with that record, and I wanted to relay, like, I want people to wake up and feel energized. Sometimes music can take away from that. Like, okay, like, we had it in my day. We had music that was inspiring, and then we had music that was great, but it was just great for the wrong reasons, and we liked it a little bit too much. But I just, I even have some music like that. Some of my lines can be a little, but with that one, I just wanted to inspire, like, like I wanted to, like, the first thing I say in the song when the beat drops, Mama said, live your life for you. It's only what you make it. This is just real words. This is no gimmick. This is what my mother used to say to me every day. And it inspired me to be better. So now I'm saying it to my audience, saying, hey, you got one life. Get out here. Be productive. Go up, do what you have to do, fail if you have to. Fail 1,000 times over. For that one success.
It's worth it, yeah.
Everything. It's fulfilling. Can I be honest with you? I don't even feel bad when I lose anymore. I feel alive. Sometimes I laugh. I make songs and I play and then people go, no. People go, no, it's not you. No, it's just, I just don't like it. And I go, oh, okay, really? But it's the trying, you know what I mean? The thinking, getting the process out, moving on. Every drawing you draw is not going to be your best work.
And you can learn from mistakes too, as well.
Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, the interesting thing about it is, okay, like I partner with Champion Records, so Flux Movement is a Greenhouse Champion production. Me and St. Clair, we executive produced the joint. I'm very honored. He has the studio. He has everything for us. He's splitting it 50-50. He's giving us the studio time. We're coming up with the product. He's helping us market. He's giving his input. But the most he provides, the most valuable thing that Sinclair has ever given me is his ear. That's everything. And I'm not just saying like, you know, like he's not critical to a fault, but he listens to records. Like he gets what they mean, where you're going, what the concept is. You know what I'm saying? He really gets involved in the mental process with it. He's he's an educator by trade, you know. So he's very, you know what I mean? He knows minds and how they work, and he'll help you get the most out of yours. And just his ear is everything. And he's one of the best MCs I've ever heard. Because it's organic. He's not selling you something. He's telling you something. And it's different. You know, and it's just like him. Like me and him, in my humble opinion, the South's version of the Notorious Big and Jay-Z. In my humblest opinion, that the record Juice says everything. He's featured. He's on the Juice record, and it says everything about the MCs that we are. How serious. Like when I'm around him, it makes me better. Like I know, like it's got to be not better than his, but it's got to be. You know, can't make an ugly record. Zato, Ready for the World, Brilliant Flux Movement, all that's out right now. And he's got packages for all of it. And he presses other people. So he funds. He's very, very smart. And he does it in the neighborhood that we grew up in, which is low impoverished. He employs people, you know. Like I said, we do the co-op every other Wednesday, and what we do is we bring artists in instead of, okay, like they got this thing around here where they charge people to perform. Can you believe that? They charge them. And they call it, say you could get promotion if you pay $50 to be in the showcase. We saw that and said, are you serious? You're really trying to rape the struggling artists out of all their funds? These people have regular jobs. No, we're going to provide a venue where you come on, you perform, we get your ASCAP together. Either you have ASCAP or BMI, you get your performance royalty, and we're going to pay you a piece of the door.
That's cool. That's the way it should be.
But that's the way it originated. And we're trying to bring that culture back. But Philip, I'll tell you, it's really, really bad down here. It's really, really bad, especially under the Bible Belt for the Southern artists. It's a struggle. It's a struggle because, you know, they don't take them seriously sometimes because they feel like they make a certain kind of music. But I'm here, and I'm here to tell you that, like me, Sinclair, we're probably going to sell the most records in Alabama this year in the rap game because there is no rap scene in Alabama.
I hope you do.
We're already well on the way. There's 4 albums out right now, and they're in rotation, and the streams are there. So
that's excellent.
Yeah. Ask away, my brother. And I appreciate the time, and it's been dope.
Yeah, I'd shake your hand if I could. Virtual handshake.
We will shake hands, brother. I'm telling you. One day we will shake hands. I
hope so.
No, I know so. I have you in my red Andy Dufresne box now. I got to meet my friend. I got to shake his hand.
Yeah. Let's do it.
No doubt, man. Hey.